Greetings and salutations, people. It's been a while since we've given you an episode of the Music Survival Guide podcast. Life happens, but it's still a thing. It's been, I guess, almost 3 months already, which is kind of crazy. But this is episode 12. It's Friday night, which we usually do these on a Friday night. It'll get to you in a few days, maybe in a week or two. We're not quite sure because, like I said, life happens. It's been kind of crazy. But we'd like to thank our last guest, which was Stereo Assassin. That might have been our most controversial episode so far. Mr. Kevin has a lot to say. He's really great to listen to. You might not agree with everything, but, the guy's on a mission, so you can't kind of fault him for that. And thanks to my friends in Siddhartha, I reviewed their most recent record, Eden, for the Music Survival Guide blog, because this kind of started as a blog, as you know, if you've been keeping up. They sent me a really great care package with a whole bunch of goodies, a shirt, a CD, a pin, a sticker, all that stuff. So I'd like to thank those guys too. And what I would like to do, actually, before we start with our awesome guest this evening that I'm going to reveal in a few, is I'd like to play a Siddhartha song off of Eden. Let's do Deep as Blue, which is probably one of my favorite songs on that record. So let's give those guys a shout out all the way over there in Virginia, Siddhartha. This tune is called Deep as Blue off their record Eden. Here we go.
Reflection, picking on my face, for my brain to shall just in glorious wreck. So tell me, what do you say? I don't know.
Yes, kids, Deep as Blue by Siddhartha off of Eden. So, tonight, a great pumpkin once said, we're in Brooklyn, And we're going to reveal the spot that we're in toward the end of our interview tonight, because I want to get into that because it's a special spot. We're just not hanging out somewhere. There's some story that goes with the spot. But anyway, tonight I have a good friend and an awesome frontman, singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, artist, all that stuff. The list just goes on. My good friend D.A., a.k.a. Doobie, a.k.a. Duke Sims from the band Shinobi Ninja.
Yeah.
Hey.
There was like three more AKs.
I was going to say...
I thought you was going to throw some
did
more
I
in
get
there.
them all?
They're
I
gonna
don't know.
pepper them a little bit.
So what do we got? What are we missing?
Oh, well, Duke Sims, of course, Dwayne B. Sims, the original. Big Baby Belgium. I've been Big Baby Belgium. Larry Davis, Larry Love.
See, this is news to me.
Yeah,
but
Larry
that's
Davis.
why we do these things, because I learned
Classics.
so much on these Music Survival Guide podcasts. It's really great for me because I'm such a music geek. So I just, goes all into my brain, all this knowledge. So there are how many more names? What do we got?
I've had many names in this life so far. The thing that I find with the names is that every time you have used up the name, or the name has run its course, you make a new name. It's a new era, And
I feel you.
It's a
for
new
sure.
energy.
For sure, which is cool, and I do totally get that. Me with the soda thing though, I just kind of I don't reinvent the soda thing. Although when I started the soda thing, it was Soda Weird, and then it was Soda Violet because I was in Violet Daydream, and we all had the last name Violet. And then it just was soda, and then I did the whole official soda thing just because soda is soda, you know what I mean? When you hear official soda, there's only one.
I feel like it's like Lemmy.
That's it.
You're soda. So it's like when you got that recipe and it's so perfect, you don't mess with it.
Yeah, I mean...
Like
I guess,
Ozzy. You're like Ozzy, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. You
Knocked
can
it out the park.
understand when I speak, though, so there is a difference between me and Ozzy.
You have your own flow.
Own
flow.
You can understand him when he sings, but when he speaks, it's kind of like a whole other different story, as you know. But so now we know that D.A., Doobie, Duke Sims, the man, the myth, the legend, has a lot of names. A lot of names are fun. But it wasn't always those names. It was always, it started as Dave Aaron, of course, right?
That's really not where it started, though. See, Dave Aaron is my middle name.
Right.
Right? And Dave is my first name, but my real first name is David. So it was David Aaron,
All right.
which became Dave Aaron. But before it was even David Aaron, and I had government last names, which will just totally leave where they belong.
I get
in the database.
Yeah, for sure. So the early days, I mean, I know since you and I have been friends, we're always posting and sharing stuff on social media. I think you recently posted a young David Aaron with a saxophone and kind of like how it started. I always like to start at the beginning. You know what I mean? It seems kind of cliche, but it's fun. Again, it's fun for me because we have this great conversation that takes us from like the beginning to the end. We zip it all up, and people that really dig this stuff, they sit, they get a nice
Extra
meal,
details.
and they listen. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, I mean, for you, what are like some of your earliest inspirations, do you think? Do you come from a musical family, stuff like that?
Well, definitely my family played music when I was growing up. My dad gave me the Led Zeppelin Houses of the Holy tape.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Kids.
Yeah, tape. They bought me Michael Jackson, Dangerous,
Nice.
Boys to Men, and all that stuff. So they
Good
definitely,
stuff.
and they were always playing music. My dad loves the Steely Dan and the Allman Brothers. But when my mom actually took me to like this place, it was somewhere in the village maybe, and I was a little kid, and it was like an organic instrument place. Right? Maybe I was already playing saxophone at the time. I started playing saxophone in 3rd grade with the public school system in New York. So I'm in Brooklyn, boom, 3rd grade, play the saxophone, let's rock it. And I rocked that for a while. But my mom took me to this organic music place, and the guy was basically like taking like vacuum cleaner hoses and like whirling them around and making noise, and like taking like mirrors and like putting water on it and being like, wooka, wooka, and making all these weird noises.
So that's like some craft work stuff.
For me, as a little kid, like had maybe just started playing the saxophone.
Seeing that,
it was just like, wow,
sure.
what is sound and music?
Well, the limitate here. Let's move this up a little bit.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. So this gentleman somewhere out there kind of even influenced you a little bit with his
Totally.
makeshift instruments.
It was
right?
a circle,
which
man.
is really neat.
There was like 30 people there. They were all hippies. I'm sure of it. It was in like, you know, the meatpacking district, you know, and it was like in a loft, and it was like a circle, man. He was just like, check this out, check this out, check this out. I only remember those two instruments, but mind blowing stuff.
Nah, for sure. That's awesome. I mean, you can really kind of make music with anything as long as you're creative. You know what I mean? There are a zillion different tiers of musicians. You know what I mean? You've got like the guys that are the singer-songwriters with a guitar, and that's really their thing. And then you've got the guys that are in these circles of hippies making weird music on homemade, organic, as you called it, instruments, right?
Tones, man.
And then there's
tones.
everything in between, obviously, you know?
There's all types of stuff, man, going
and I
on.
could totally see how that's inspirational because, you know, growing up when we had MTV, when it was a thing that was amazing when we were really young, you know, we got to see a lot of those bands, a lot of those weird bands that you wouldn't even think that would like get on the radio or anything, like Yellow, that oh yeah song, you know what I mean, and Kraftwerk and stuff like that, which was totally like way off the beaten path, you know. And it was a really great time to be like super young and experiencing that. So it was really cool. I mean, you know, it's different now for kids. They go to YouTube and the internet and everything, and
They got different stuff.
I mean,
different games, different cars.
but so your first solo record probably came out how long ago? I mean, do we want to go back that far? That was under Dave or David Aaron, because that was before you really started developing more of your, you know, your persona or personas or
Yeah, this was
whatever.
the first thing I ever did was David Aaron, Out of Focus, and was like maybe the year 2000.
And that was your first solo record, really?
Yeah, maybe the year 2000. And it was like when mp3.com was popping, and I did like six albums like in a row. I had never played out, and I didn't play out. I had played no shows, but I was in the basement with my Tascam Porter studio. Prior to with the Tascam Porter studio. Prior to that, I was in Woodhaven, and that's where I did Out of Focus 2000. But then I did those 6 albums in a row, all on the Tascam. And then I jumped to Digital Performer, so I did like 6 albums in a row. Bang.
So when's that box set gonna happen?
You could find it on Spotify. If
that
you
stuff's
type
still
in,
out there, and it's under Dave or David.
If you type in David Aaron, you can find it on Spotify.
Yeah.
It might be under Doobie also.
No, it's cool that that's even available. I mean, I know that one was a CD, was actual physical CD, but all of these,
They were all CDs at one point because of MP3.com.
all 6, right? Because
you could just
cool,
order them.
Yeah,
My pop still has
forgot
all
that
of them.
they did that. I have I don't know if you're familiar with this group called Fisher from California. She was the first artist on Matt Pinfield's Farmland thing that he was doing. When they did Farmland, Fisher was the first one to get signed to that label and cut a record. But before that, I do actually have some MP3 CDs from Fisher. I remember that they used to do that. That's cool. I forgot about that for a sec. I think Amazon is doing that now, actually.
Smart.
For bands.
YouTube's
if you
doing it with
want
T-shirts.
Physical stuff, you know?
They're making money, man.
Which is really cool, yeah. So, I mean, would it be okay for us to play one of those old songs?
Yeah, play whatever you want.
Well, what do you think? What's a good way to turn people on to this stuff who like Shinobi Ninja, who might not be like in the know of that stuff, and be like, holy cow, I didn't realize Dave had all this music.
Yeah, man. You go into that stuff. I mean, you're going into like a whole nother life. It was like a whole nother lifetime.
No, I get it.
You know what I mean?
You and I feel are so similar with like how we started and what inspired us and how we do stuff today. You know what I mean? Which has always been. But I want to actually get more into that toward the end. But
I say play the song "Sign from Heaven."
Sign from Heaven.
And I'll email it to you.
All right.
It's the first song. I wrote that song for my sister who died when we were young.
Right.
And I came back to that song now, and there's a lot of rad songs.
That's beautiful.
The Sun and all types of stuff. But that song, it's like, wow, that's special.
That's another thing. My eldest sister too passed when I was younger, so it's like
My brother.
You know, that's why it was like meant to be that you and I kind of connected at some point, which is just
We're in the third dimension amongst 11 dimensions. we got to be hanging out, man.
We're always in the third dimension. Anyway, so Sign from Heaven. I even haven't heard this one, so it's going to be a treat for me to play this for you guys tonight. So here we go. David Aaron, Sign from Heaven. Check it out.
When the hassles of the day become the breaking down of me, and what I view within my eyes are things that psychics never see. Still I feel that parts of you have become the parts of me, and in the end you're still my friend. So let it come back again. Somebody come back again, descend to be there for me. Been lost since I was 11, gone down the line of wrong, and still I seek a dream. Sometimes I think the things I am have become devoid of you, and the sadness in my days isn't ever going lose. To get right within my mind is to turn around of me, to take the darkness off my eyes, to breathe again and see. In the end, you're still my friend. So let it come back again. So let it come back again. This is to be there for me. Been lost since I was 11, gone down the land of wrong, and still I seek a dream, the sound from heaven.
Okay, cool. That was beautiful. Thanks
Very sensitive.
for sharing that, especially because of, moments ago, the topic we were talking about. We're not going to get too into that because we don't want to bring the vibe down. But
No, well, it's all part of life, man.
But no, I hear you. It's part of the big book. I get it. And we could get into that, and
we don't
that's
get
a whole
super
other
philosophical.
crazy
We could
conversation. But we also, before we kind of connected, we both had gone and attended Five Towns College, which was a music-centric college. We do have a friend hanging out here with us tonight in the background. He's so well-behaved. He's too far away for me to pinch his cheeks. But our buddy Guy is here too, an avid supporter of music, independent music, artists like myself, NDA, also a Five Towns guy. So that was kind of cool too, that we all did that. Kindred spirits, like I had said before. So let's get into now what you have been doing for a bunch of years, which is your band Shinobi Ninja. Now, let me tell a quick story here, because I love this story. It's really fun for me. My first Shinobi Ninja encounter, I was super sick. I had the flu really, really bad, probably for a solid 2 weeks. But I was soon to be attending a freshly reunited Saigon Kick with the original singer Matt Kramer, which I had never seen. I saw Saigon Kick when Jason was just singing, when they were more like, well, they were a four-piece actually, because they brought Pete Dombrowski in on guitar too. But I love Saigon Kick, one of our favorite bands.
What?
And I grew up listening to Saigon Kick. They were a huge influence. But again, I got over being... I was getting over being very, very sick, but I was not going to miss the Saigon Kick show, which is at Webster Hall in New York City.
Classic.
So that was April 11th, 2013. So if you could even believe it, that's over 5 years ago, which is crazy to me because I thought it was maybe 2014, but it was 5 years ago, which is just wild that and it's great that we've been connected for so long.
When you're in a band, it's like almost like time is not even relative anymore.
It's, band, artistic stuff or whatever, because it's like you're constantly on a calendar because you got to know, you got to really know time and days. And then you're like, well, that month is completely booked. Let's get into September. You know what I mean? So time is just ticking by. You're like 3 months ahead of current time anyway.
Totally.
So, which is wild. But so I go to Webster Hall. Super sick. One of my close friends, Steph Vellum, who owns Vellum Magazine, she's with me, and I'm like, I'm super duper hungry, so we gotta run and get some food before we see Saigon Kick. So we ate, we came back, and it was maybe a minute and a half left of the Shinobi Ninja set that we had missed because we went to eat. I wasn't familiar with you guys at that point. I came in still recovering from a really, really awful flu to this wall of chaos and this crazy black girl just screaming in my face. I was sold immediately. That's all I needed. And I will never forget that because it was just so funny. Baby G just knelt over and screamed in my face. And I was still sick and I was like, oh my God. I was like, what is happening right now? What is going on with this stage and this band and all this hair and these moves? And I just loved you guys right away. I mean, I didn't even hear much. I was just like, I'm going to go see them again. And I went, and the rest is history. Here we are 5 years later, you know what I mean? So I love that stuff, though. That's how easily you guys won me over, you know what I mean? Which was awesome.
1 minute. It only took 1 minute.
Yeah, maybe a minute
and a screaming black girl.
Maybe a minute and a half, but I will never forget. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up on you because I'm still sick. But it was great. It was great. So, Baby G, peace to you, wherever you are. I know you're out there tonight somewhere, and it's awesome. Much respect. So, here we are. A bunch of years later. Tell us about the formation of Shinobi Ninja. Let's go there. Give us a little history lesson.
Shinobi Ninja. We all met at Progressive Music / Studio Forever on the 7th floor of the Film Center building on 45th Street and 9th Avenue. It is still there, though we are not. But this happened a decade ago, in 2008, and we had already been there. I started working there 2004, and so by 2008 it was about to close. So during that time, Mike became an intern at some point, and then became an engineer.
This is the guitar player, Maniac Mike, from Shinobi
Kid
Ninja
Shreddy.
that DA is.
And Baby G was taking vocal class down the hall with Craig Derry, who was in the Sugar Hill Gang, and wonderful other students. And we used to set up, me and Johnny Rocks, the original bass player, we used to watch The Office and set up the rehearsals, the rehearsals, and then we also started engineering. So Mike went from being an intern, and then he became an actual engineer with us. So he had his own band, Wax Machine, and then he was in a band called Stally and the Wax Machine. He was in a bunch of different bands. It was always something in the Wax Machine, this in the Wax Machine. And it was him, his brother, DJ Axis Powers, and Scott Wax, who was the original bass player for Shinobi Ninja before when Johnny and the Rocks was a guitar player with our first show, which was 7 people. So we played 2 shows that were 7 people. And so basically, once Stally left their band, even though we had already been playing, I finally did start playing music after putting out like 6 or 7 or 8 albums and never playing.
You finally got on stage.
I finally got on stage, and then we started playing the Bleecker Street scene, like Kenny's Castaways, Bitter End, all these type of places. So Johnny and the Rocks, we would go together, like take all the equipment from the studio, go there, rock. Johnny would sing a song, I would sing a song, back and forth, back and forth. We didn't have a band name. We never had a band name, though one time we were Sexy Time Explosion, and that was probably a pretty good band name. But Mike would sometimes play bass. Mike would play bass. Sometimes we had 2 drummers. Whoever was in the studio on 9th Avenue would come and play, and we would just build bands from there. And eventually we just decided to form a band when Stally, who was in Stally and the Wax Machine, left the Wax Machine, and then I came in and I was like, yo, I really like your guys' hustle. Their hustle was crazy, man. They were always giving me flyers. Yep. Nobody would ever show up to our shows. Me and Johnny Rocks, nobody cared. We had a couple girls, a couple different people, but nobody really cared. But their shows, they were giving me flyers. Yo, come to our show, come to our show. It was like, oh, a lot of energy. I respect the hustle.
Yeah,
so
right.
When Stally left, I came in. I was like, yo, we gotta write a song. Like we gotta write. And so the first day we wrote a song, and it was cool. And then the next day we came back, and then we wrote Brooklyn and Babylon. And so that's how the band formed. But Baby G wasn't in the band yet, though she was already hanging out with us and partying with us. It wasn't until I heard her rap. She did a rap for Scenario or some type of Busta Rhymes rap, and I just like turned to her, and I was just like, what? You are in the band.
That's it. That's the history lesson, guys. Hope you got all that. Hope you got your notebooks out. You might have to hit rewind, because DA, he gave that to us
kind of fast.
Gave that to us quick, but it was good. It's good. It makes you go back and listen again, So you've had a lot of independent success with Shinobi Ninja. It's really, really impressive, because it is really independent. You've got 6 people in this band. Now the thing about Shinobi Ninja is that it's like you've got DJ Axis Powers, right? But the guy's also like almost a professional bodybuilder.
He is a professional, yeah.
Right, and then you've got Maniac Mike and Terminator Dave, who own like a rock club in Texas.
Austin.
And it's like they're in this band, but then they have all these other crazy giant things that they do, and they come together. Do you think that that's it's got to be part of your success, you know what I mean? Because you got all your guys and girl out there kind of like, well, I do this, but then this is my band, you know what I mean? So it's like it kind of spins back to Shinobi Ninja 2. But you got to account for the fact, too, that DA walks the streets and puts the pink and blue sticker on every pole on the planet throughout the universe, right?
The whole universe, man.
The sticker's been on the news.
So yeah, it's been on the news, 60 Minutes, news. I've seen it on like different movies. I've been watching documentaries.
That is the type of guerrilla marketing that you can't buy. You know what I mean? You just got to be out there and pounding the pavement. And that's another thing that you and I feel have in common, just always kind of being out there and talking and handing stuff out and stickering or whatever. As trivial and silly as some people might think it is nowadays, it's not, though, because look, the sticker's been on the news. The sticker's been on 60 Minutes. You know what I mean? So these are all kind of things that add up to something great. which in your case is Shinobi Ninja.
Yeah, there's a Billboard interview that they did with Baby G, and within like the first 3 minutes, they say that they talk about how like the stickers and like the music videos, 50 music videos and all this type of stuff.
That's another thing that I wanna get into too. YouTube, you guys have a very impressive amount of followers on YouTube. Again, for an independent band,
in comparison to other people.
Yeah, but that's modest, I guess, for you to say. You know what I mean? But you've got
some people got millions and like they got like hundreds of millions.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, does it really even matter? You know what I mean? Like, at least you're kind of at a number now where it's like
it's a nice number.
It's really cool.
It feels nice. It's cool.
Because of that, though, and a lot of people might not know this, because of a certain amount of followers, you guys are actually able to use the facilities at YouTube in New York City.
Yeah, we've been doing that
a number of things.
Yeah, we've been doing that since in 2014, and at that time we only had 5,000 followers, subscribers, and actually when we found out about it, we were playing the High Line, and it was right around the corner, and we had 4,230 something, and we needed 5,000 to get in there, and we were like, how are we gonna get it? We gotta get it, you know what I mean? And we got it, and as soon as we got in there, they bumped it up to 10,000, and we had just gotten 5,000.
Wow!
After like 6 years of being a band, we were like, how are we gonna get to 10,000 now? Like, after we've tasted the fruits, they're gonna kick us out? This doesn't make sense. Like, we have to get to 10,000. You know, now we have like 117,000. You know, so it's like exponential growth. Definitely, it feels good for sure.
So give us a little bit, like insider info about the perks of being able to use the YouTube.
What are the perks? I mean, you have the state-of-the-art video equipment, right? So being a musician,
and they let you just use this stuff,
it's
right?
all free.
Right,
it's all free. But you have to know how to use it. But I will say that
but you get in there and you learn. I didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, I had to learn. You know, people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to NYU
do that stuff, for sure.
and never even touch the equipment. You got to take tests. For me, I'm just very tactile, like hands-on person. So I just went in there and I just started learning, and I did it for free. And I mean, that's just a blessing. Such a blessing.
Right. Well, see, that's awesome. And as far as touring with Shinobi Ninja goes, there was a moment when you guys were playing a lot. And I mean, aside from like the tri-state area, you were out for a little while. It's kind of calmed down, I guess, if you will, at the moment, But do you attribute to actually being out there and being able to do that like you did for maybe a year solid? Do you attribute, actually getting out there and touring to a lot of the current kind of success that you have still? Or how important has that been to Shinobi Ninja? You know what I mean?
Well, touring for us, like, we started in 2008. By 2009, we were playing in Philly, right? Maryland. By 2010, we were like, we got to get out of here. We just got to get out of New York. And from 2010 to like 2016, we just toured, all the time. And we were playing, like, we would go to a town, play the Hot Topic at 12 p.m., wrangle up people to come see us, and then go straight to, load in, sound check, rock the thing. Then we wake up in the morning, we would play a high school. We would set up all of our stuff at a high school. So high school at 8 a.m., 12 p.m., you're at the Hot Topic. Then you're playing a show in the night. You wake up, doo-doo-doo, and we did this town after town, city after city after city for years, man, for years. That van, like, when I came off the road after all those years, like, I had to have, and I still have to have it. It's like a PTSD type of thing. I gotta have a pillow over my eyes because of all the driving. When you shift from night to day, and you're sleeping in your van, I mean, you gotta have something over your eyes. So the pillow for me became the thing where I have to have the feeling of it on my face.
That's funny. That's cool. Again, a lot of this story reminds me of my band, His Mighty Robot. But so we're coming up now on a 10-year anniversary for Shinobi Ninja, which is really amazing because lifespan of an independent band is like 6 months to maybe 3 years if you're lucky. You know what I mean?
Who knew?
I mean, I don't know. I don't
like
know
an
if
NFL
that's
player.
necessarily
That's like the life of an NFL player.
An analytical or whatever, like completely known.
It's tough to
number,
keep a band together for sure.
It is because of the personalities. Because I say to people that it's a different relationship that you have, even from your friends to your lovers to your family, whatever. being in a band is a whole other type of relationship. It's almost like they're all your family, your lovers and family and friends and all that stuff combined into one giant cluster of weirdness rather than it just being one thing with somebody, you know what I mean? Because you go to bed with your bandmates, you wake up with your bandmates, you know what I mean? You're in the bathroom with your bandmates. So it's everything.
You're winning and losing on that stage with your bandmates.
So yeah, for sure.
You're
and
eating with your bandmates.
You're sweating and bleeding. It's everything.
It's all happening.
So it's a different relationship. And for a band like you guys that has 6 people in it, that really hasn't had a lot of member changes either. What keeps that together? What keeps you guys together?
Well, the most important thing in anything in life is communication, right? Is the key to success and compassion is just really important. You know, those two things, communication and compassion. And we smoke a lot of weed. That has always been just a very big key. You know, like we could almost be like Rastas or something, man. So always smoking weed, which keeps a certain energy. If we don't smoke weed, this is the only time that you're gonna have flux. You know, you might see some lavas, but we don't want that. So we always smoke weed, and at the same time, it's like, to be in a band, it's like, all right, well, who really cares? Like, who really cares? This is made up. This is imaginary shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, we're gonna rock. We're gonna do it together. And life is together, and we've been doing it for 10 years. These are my brothers and sisters. How I look at it, like, this is my family. These people rely on me, and I rely on them in life. And I want to do my best for them always. And we've also gone through a whole decade together, so we grew up together.
Right.
And we really grew up together. I mean, Alex is my brother. Like, I've known him since he was like an infant. I've known him my whole life before he even spoke. You know what I mean? Like, Baby G, that's my woman. You know what I mean? And Mike and Dave, I mean, these are my brothers. I told you, Mike was our intern. The first bars that he went to coming out of college, like, I brought him to those bars. Like, we got drunk together. You know what I mean? At Axis, and we're a family, man. Johnny and the Rocks is the only one that's not in the band, but he's our brother too. You know what I mean? And it's a family, man.
It's awesome. That's beautiful. Now I know Rock Hood was the debut record, right? And I don't know, 20 minutes ago at this point, maybe we mentioned Brooklyn to Babylon, which is a great song off of that record, the debut. Now, Brooklyn to Babylon, was that a thing because you were in Five Towns? Was that inspired maybe by you having to go from Brooklyn to Babylon to do some school stuff, or just kind of a coincidence?
It could be very possible. You know what I mean? During that time, I had already been out of college for about 2-3 years.
Right.
But I had that experience. I don't think so. I think the thing about Brooklyn to Babylon is if you listen to it, you can literally just hear me freestyle, because that's the only take that I did. Nice. I just freestyled that song, and that's it. The raps we wrote out, but the verse, the chorus, I mean, it's all freestyle. So I don't know how much thought it was, what is subconscious,
right,
that's,
for sure.
I don't know.
Well, that's badass. So let's play that song.
Well, let's
and we're going to let people hear that wonderful
let them hear
freestyle
it,
that's
man.
going in there. From Brooklyn to Babylon, Shinobi Ninja. Here you go.
People of the world, throw your hands in the air tonight. And if that beat stays bumping, then you know that you're feeling right. way to the bar. 1, 2 shots now, smoking like cigars. They never gonna stop me now, cause I see some ladies tonight. Should be having my baby, my baby. Whoa, back to the flow, so act like you know. So I creep to the VIP, it's all me. Cold Mac into this money, rapping like a MC. Breathe. She came here with Larry, but she leaving with me. I'm a nail like a hair salon. As the party goes on till the break of dawn. Grab the fly honey with the diamonds in the dime. All in the nice work, Brooklyn to Babylon. That's to my homies, man, love to my chicks. Hip hop the rock, I gotta get that fix. Not cause you know me, but you're bumping this bitch. Hip hop the rock, I gotta get that fix. That's to my homies, man, love to my chicks. Hip hop the rock, I gotta get that fix. Not cause you know me, but you're bumping this bitch. Hip hop the rock, I gotta get that fix. Daps to my homies, man, love to my chicks. Hip hop the rock, I gotta get that fix. Not cause you know me, but you're bumping this bitch. Hip hop the rock, I gotta get that fix. Daps to my homies, man, love to my chicks. Hip hop the rock, I gotta get that fix. Not cause you know me, but you're bumping this bitch. Hip hop the rock, I gotta get that fix.
All right. So you just went from Brooklyn to Babylon, care of the Ninjas. We talked a lot about the history and kind of what keeps them going. You guys, too, another thing that I love, which I'm big on, you have a huge DIY ethic with your merch, with the way you present yourselves. It's you know, you're not too, like, snotty about stuff. You know what I mean? It's just, it's cool. Shinobi Ninja's just cool, man.
Appreciate that.
So
positive vibes.
The DIY ethic, though, what, you know, how did you get rolling in that? And I want to talk more about that toward the end, because I want to tell people the building, the room that we're in, you know, which is your current thing that you're working on. Again, DIY ethic, which I love. When I was in Knox Cult, we made like limited edition prints. That's when I got into making the candles. We like hand numbered and signed everything. And Knox Cult, probably out of all the stuff that I've ever done, I probably sold the most merch with Knox Cult, because we were 80% DIY on that merch table. You know what I mean? So people be like, wow, there's 15 of these.
Right.
So I'm going to grab one. You know what I mean? And it's a really cool way to, I like being collectible personally, because I'm a big toy geek too.
You're a collectible. You're a 1-of-1.
Hey,
limited edition.
I mean, shit, mint in box,
right?
You know?
You're out the box though, but definitely.
I'm out the box for sure. Fuck that. But anyway, but yeah, no, I love bands that are collectible. Like my favorite band, Jellyfish. I've got a vast Jellyfish collection, because when they were doing it, they had like their super cool fan club where they sent people all these like letters and handwritten postcards and stuff. Bands don't connect with people like that so much anymore. And that, too, is why I think Shinobi Ninja is special, because you've got homemade jewelry on your table. You've got skateboard decks. You've got all this really neat stuff. You know, I mean, tell us a little bit about that. Was that always something that you wanted to just kind of start to happen, and you were like, oh, shit, this is, you know, I'm painting skeletons, you know, pink and blue, and I'm selling them for like $40 at my table. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, the pink and blue, that just kind of took over my whole life. But I was spray painting the Rock Hood. When I came out with Rock Hood in 2007, I had like a spray paint of Rock Hood stencil that I was doing. So that led into the Shinobi Ninja stencil, which you know, I used to spray paint on, like, you know, it's funny because Baby G, when she first joined the band, we were at Mike and Dave's house when we were writing, and she had these green chucks, and I had just made this little Shinobi Ninja stencil, and I had this orange spray paint, and I was like, all right, G's. She was like, spray paint my shoe. I was like, all right, G's, you're so rock and roll. I spray painted her shoe, and it was like, she was like initiated then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we came out with shirts, when the first t-shirts that we had, like, we would buy them in, you know, around the city for $1.
Right.
And then we would make the same stencil, and we would spray paint it and sell it for $5. And those were our first t-shirts. And our CDs, we would burn the CDs, spray paint again the back. The same spray paint that I put on her shoe was the spray stencil that was on the back of the CDs. So that stencils, you know, t-shirts, stickers, you know, Brooklyn from the streets, you know what I mean? It's like you got to find a way to make your statement with the resources that you have. And the resources we had for that was our brains, imagination, and spray paint.
It's good to know. So that, I mean, that kind of, makes you guys even seem a little bit more artsy than, you know, your average band who's got just like a couple of T-shirts and CDs or whatever on their table. You know what I mean? You go to the Shinobi Ninja merch table and it's popping with all this different fun, colorful stuff. You know, it kind of makes you feel like you're really in some sort of group. And again, to go back to Nox Cult or whatever, when we started that, the name was very appropriate because Nox means night in Latin. We wanted our shows and anything that we do with the band to seem kind of like a gathering, like an event. So that's why Cult incorporated us with anybody that was at our shows. You know
I thought
what I mean?
you were Satanists.
It was, well...
That's why I originally came to your shows.
Well, I mean, everybody thought I was a Satanist in high school, but I'm not a Satanist. I
There's
was
still
just
time. You can
I
change
was just
back.
the weird kid with the crazy hair, the nail polish, and like, you know, the fun makeup and stuff. But I did do a lot of peculiar things in high school, which I guess did warrant some speculation.
You don't have to go into all that stuff right now. You can keep that.
But
where it is.
well, that would be, you know, for when you interview me.
Yeah.
So, Escape from New York would follow Rock Hood, right?
Yes.
And that was kind of the breakthrough, maybe? Do you consider that a bit of a breakthrough record for Shinobi?
I mean, it has a song "What at Times," but as a breakthrough record, I mean, it's a double album. Our second album's a double album. Escape from New York, Return From. We spent a whole fucking year on that album.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It was like, shit, man. Fuck. How we gonna
Follow that?
Follow up Rock Hood.
But you
How do
followed
do Boo Boo?
that with Artistic Visions, right?
Yeah, Artistic
Which
Visions.
was totally a weird thing to do because Artistic Visions is probably the weirdest, most stream of conscious, most experimental Shinobi Ninja recording.
It's just a freestyle album, so we took a year.
It's super cool.
We took a year to do Escape from New York, Return From, and the year was about to end. It was like December, and it was like we had like 2 weeks left in the year. And I was like, "Yo, let's go right back." I mean, we had our own studio at the time, so let's just go back in.
Yeah,
and
that's
now
awesome.
this time, let's get together Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll write a song every day, an instrumental. We'll freestyle it. Then the next week we'll come in, and on Monday we'll write the lyrics and freestyle to the track we did last Monday, and we did that. So 2 weeks, that whole album was freestyled, and it is just a freestyle album. It was not like these songs are gonna go on the charts and these are gonna be singles, and it was just
Right.
like, let's just do the opposite of what we just did for a whole year and just like don't even care and just fucking freestyle the shit. And then that's that album.
It's true piece of art. But so What If Times from Escape from New York was a big YouTube thing. What, you know, tell us about that, because I definitely want to play that.
Well, that
It's
song,
a great song. It's an important song. You know, it's got a great message.
yeah, it's a great song, but the music video being shot on a cell phone and Baby G directing that music video and having a vision for that brought that song to another level.
Right.
And it's such a uplifting song and video. The video really sells the song. I don't think that
It's
the
a beautiful
song
video.
would be as popular if it wasn't for that video. And it's something that, you know, it uplifts people, so it's a blessing. You know, there's other rad songs on Escape from New York. Actually, I think every single song is rad. That's why I love that album. But What If Times, the video, yeah, man, it touches people's lives. And, you know, without, like you said, on a DIY basis, without mass exposure through a major label conglomerate, you know, media empire, you know, it's just you and a computer. And how you're going to reach the people the same way when you have to spray paint the T-shirts. You got to make it happen with the resources that you have.
Right. So, What If Times? Can we play it?
Yeah, man. Play it in reverse though.
Play it in reverse. Is there a satanic message?
Exactly.
So, all right. So we're not gonna play it in reverse unless you have it in reverse.
No. You play it regular. It's okay.
So What If Times? Let's do it.
But times don't get no bite in this. But times don't get no bite in this road. But times don't get no bite in this. Why times don't get no bite in this road.
What if times don't get no better than this? What if times don't get no better than this? No. What if times don't get no better than this? What if times don't get no better than this? No. What if times don't get no better than this. Used to reminisce when I was a kid. Mama had to work all day, and daddy ran away another day for a hard-working black family. I say praying that money would come our way. A wedding ticket or her pain go away, and everything will be A-okay. Another day for a hard-working black family.
What if times don't get no better than this? Was a kid on the block with the ball and the mitt. Then everything changed, got strange and rearranged. But who's to blame? It's just the ways of the game. Yeah, the struggle continues, but refuse to stop. And you gotta keep on moving till you reach the top. You got the city on your back and it weighs a ton. But if the battle's just begun, let's get it done.
What if times don't get no better than this? What if times don't get no better than this? No. What if times don't get no better than this? What if times don't get no better than this? No. What if times don't get no better than this? Now I'm all grown up, same thoughts still exist. Still hoping and praying I can give more to my mom. So I stay in the studio writing songs. They say things could get much better. Work real hard, then comes that cheddar. I say we gon' make it through. This one's for you, dear mama.
What if times don't get no better than this? Sometimes you get the switch, sometimes you get the mess. But that's just the way that it goes for the Brooklyn kid that everybody knows. But it used to be different, stood 5'3". The high school dropout got the GED. Things back at home wasn't melting so right, so I had to turn style and I broke my
What if times don't get no better than this? What if times don't get no better than this? No. What if times don't get no better than this? What if times don't get no better than this? No.
Back from What If Times to that video being a big success for the band. Prolific video making with Shinobi Ninja. You mentioned a little while ago you've got like 50 music videos, which is probably more than like Bon Jovi at this point.
Is it true?
Again, you keep asking me if these things are true, like these numbers. I don't know if
All
they're
right.
exact
I
facts.
need Wikipedia
but
searches.
When, Guy, can you call John Bon Jovi real quick and ask him how many videos?
Actually, just call Richie, though. Me and John are on the outs right now.
Yeah,
Call Richie instead.
Actually, track down Alec John Such and let us know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And see how many videos. Get back to us, guys. Seriously, Google how many videos Bon Jovi has. Can you find out for us?
Alexa, how many?
Bon Jovi has. Anyway, so prolific video making. I mean, the videos are not like cheesy garbage things. You know what I mean? They're like really good videos.
Nice, thank you.
Who does that? How do you do it?
Well, the music videos, like Brooklyn and Babylon, right? That was somebody else. And then we did music videos with other people over time, and we would pay them, and they would do videos. And sometimes we would get what we want, sometimes we wouldn't. And at the end of the day, it was like, why don't we just download Final Cut and just figure this out, man? And, start shooting stuff and just figure it out. You know how many times you need to be on set to know what it takes to make a music video? Like, how many videos did it take to make before we could make 40 music videos? Probably 10. But after 10, it was like, oh, man, we could do this now. Like,
yeah.
And then just figure it out and just have fun, you know what I mean, with the resources that we have. And I think that every song in this digital age should have a visual representation. If you're going to put your stuff on YouTube, it's either going to be a box, a square, or it's going to be something rad. So always go for rad.
Always go for rad. That's going to be like
a t-shirt right
a
there.
slogan. For sure. I love it. Always go
Always
for rad.
go for rad.
I want to be the first to wear that though.
You got it.
All right. Always go for rad. So let's talk about the latest Shinobi record, maybe about a year and a half old, Bless Up, which has such an amazing cover. Love the cover. Love the cover. Love the cover. If I didn't know Shinobi Ninja, I would see that cover and I'd be like, man, I'm going to find out who Shinobi Ninja is.
It's cosmic.
Who did the cover art?
Kyler, our homie Kyler Sharp from Texas. It just knew that he had to do it. And
Yeah,
then, and that the
it
album,
is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is vivid. It is bright. It's just great. It's just a great cover, I mean, it's mouth-watering, you know what I mean? It really gets you. It really draws you in. So that's awesome. Kyler Sharp?
Kyler Sharp from Texas.
He's wicked. Bless Up is a great record. I reviewed it for Music Survival Guide before we did the podcast. I still do write-ups on the blog and whatnot. To me, I think I had said it was like the most cohesive work that you guys have done.
Nice.
What do you think?
Is that the most cohesive?
Yeah, you know, as far as like, oh wait, we have statistics. So 71 Bon Jovi videos.
Wow, we need to do 20 more. 21 more.
You're beat. That's it.
All right, 22 more for
All
the
right,
title.
John Bon Jovi, look out! Shinobi Ninja's hot on your heels, man. 71 Bon Jovi.
They had a head start though.
They did. They did.
Big head start.
And you probably got more videos out over the course of the time that they got out those anyway, right? So, but anyway, that's a story for another time.
Respect.
Yeah,
to Bon
respect.
Jovi, man. Artist Steve Ditko died today. Steve Ditko, rest in peace. The mighty.
Oh wow.
Mighty Marvel.
Oh gosh. So, Bless Up, I think again is like maybe your most cohesive work. I could be wrong. That's my opinion. What do you think? How do you feel about it?
I think if it's your opinion, then you can't be wrong. I think it's a great record, man. I mean, anything that we do, artistic visions, you take that away and you take away return from, because that's the B-sides. Then I think everything that we've ever done has been the most strongest that we've ever. You know, Bless Up. It's like positive vibes on that, man. Unswayable. I mean, there's songs on there that I thought people were gonna love these songs, and there's other songs like Bang Bang and stuff like that. It's just rocking, man. You know what I mean? Subcon, Bang Bang.
So if you were to introduce somebody to that record, out of the songs that are on there, what would you say is the song that would sell somebody on that record? Not necessarily sell them, but get them into wanting to maybe find out more about the band.
Well,
because we're gonna do that, so think about it.
The thing is that I don't really have a good perspective, and I realized this after many years. Songs that I think were the most raddest did not become the most raddest. Songs that I was like, whatever. So what I would say though, I think Dancing in the Crowd is a big song. Places to Go. Those two songs I think have like an appeal that would be for most people would take it. And where Subcon, Bang Bang, if you don't like heavy metal, like some hard rock, punk rock type of styles, it's not going to be for you.
All right, so Dancing in the Crowd, what do you think? We'll go there?
Yeah, real sensitive vibes.
Let's dance in the crowd, people.
Yeah.
Shinobi Ninja off of Bless Up, the latest record. Dancing in the Crowd, let's dance.
Dancing in the crowd, water in your hearts, our friend. Breathing
All right, guys. Hope you dug that. So, Shinobi Ninja seems to keep as much as they can within the band. Like, you guys really, really utilize all of your tricks and treats that you each possess individually to make this giant melting pot, which is Shinobi Ninja, to me, was always kind of a melting pot anyway, of different sounds, different styles, hip-hop, rock, punk, metal, an urban vibe. You know, I mean, what are, like, some of the hints and tips you might give to a band, whether they're 18 or they're like 55 guys just hanging out in their garage looking to start something up?
Positive vibes is the most key. The most key is positive vibes, right? We are who we are as individuals, right? For us to sit down and write a song, whether it be with ourselves or with other people, that is the culmination of your life up until that point. The chords that you know, the words that you know, how you're going to put that together. Some people are Michael Jordan, and some people are the center on the bench. Some of the 12th man. It's all talents, different levels of talent, right?
For sure.
If you should have fun. Fun should be the most important thing. Music is about joy. You know, it's about expression and feeling.
No, I agree with you completely, because I always kind of said, too, once it's not fun anymore, then it's
like, what are we doing? We're just making music. Why? So we can make money, so we can like cash in and make like tokens that will fit into the slots that will give us back prizes of what? You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I mean, again, we speak the same language. But so around the time of Bless Up, you also put out a new solo record.
Oh yeah, I've always been kept doing that. At a certain point, I started turning that on.
This was the first under Doobie, though, or are there more Doobie? Or is there another box set of Doobie records like the David Aaron stuff?
Well, I definitely stopped making solo records. At 2007, 2008, the beginning of 2008, I put out the Rock Hood record, Dave Aaron Rock Hood, which was followed up by 2011 Shinobi Ninja Rock Hood. So I just stopped making records at that point. And then after Shinobi Ninja had put out a bunch of records, then I came out with like the Land of Threes,
which is the most recent one, right? Or am I missing something?
Then I put out a Fretless Bass album.
That's out already?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was out yet.
But
I thought you were still yet to
I put that out in
it.
2013, and I remixed and mastered it and put it out now. It's just Fretless Bass. It's only 4 or 5 songs, but it's an album. It's its own expression.
Okay.
And that was previous.
So that's the latest then, a reissue of a polished up reissue.
Something I did in
kind
2013,
of
yeah.
Fretless. But the Land of Threes is super cool too.
Definitely.
Sounds great. Great songwriting. It's a complete package, you know. You're still pushing it a little bit too, right? I mean, you're still kind of working that record a little bit.
Well, I love to make music videos.
Clearly.
I
You're
love to
close to the Bon Jovi mark.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I love to keep putting out stuff. So it's like, for me, making music, whatever it's on Shinobi Ninja and it's going to be really popular for the masses and everybody's going to hear it, or it's going to be something that I do, for me, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. And I'm going to give the love to the thing regardless. You know what I mean? No matter what. If I'm putting out an album, I know I want to do a video. It's just what I want to do. Matter of time. How many swings do I have? How many pitches are coming? And how many am I going to swing at? I could go all day with a different idea. But
Sure.
Music for me, if I'm putting out an album, then I'm making music videos.
Well, I mean, you got a fairly recent video with the Bowie cover of Let's Dance.
Yeah.
Right.
That was rad.
And it's a great cover. I was impressed, definitely, when I
Appreciate it.
first heard it. I was like, wow, like solid, awesome cover, and especially it's kind of ballsy to cover a Bowie song, I don't know personally. I mean, again, you might ask me, is that true? I don't know. Again, my opinion. I think it might be, especially now. You really got to do it justice. You know what I mean? Bowie is
Those are classics.
very special to a lot
Classic
of
records.
people. And it's a great cover, and I would love to play that too for people, unless you want to expose them to something else off of that record.
No, play that, man. That's what people like that. It sounds good. It's a good vibe.
Yeah, no, for sure. So let's do it. Let's dance. Doobie cover by the legendary David Bowie. Let's dance. pretty awesome, huh, people?
I liked it.
You liked it. All right, good. I'm glad he approves of his own work. That's good. A lot of people don't, actually.
It's hard, man.
It is. It's hard. I definitely, for a long time, was like my own worst critic. And then...
You gotta just let go, man.
Exactly. You gotta just stop at one point and just... It is what
It'll
it is.
just be pain for you. If you keep going down that avenue, it's just going to be a lot of pain.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, absolutely 110%. You recently now hung out with the wonderful, legendary ladies, Salt and Pepper.
Oh, yeah, Salt and Pepper.
You cut a track with them. Can you talk about that? I mean, what's happening there? Or is that not available for the public ear yet?
So that
not necessarily the song, the track, whatever that might be, but the information. I mean, you shared a couple of pictures with you and these wonderful ladies.
Yeah, man.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the story was basically
which is awesome. When I saw that, I was like, "What? Get out!" Because I mean, classic.
Another day in the life. There's certain things that I can tell you guys, other things that just got to remain in the vault. But that was a good one because that was just that's a good example of just the positive vibes and the positive spirit of each day. But my homie Glenn, I was about to go to sleep. He hit me up. He's like, "Yo, tomorrow I got a session with Salt and Pepper. You should come rap, or I need you to come rap." And I was like, "All right, dude, whatever." He's really a drummer. It was not like he was a producer at this point. So
he played with you for some of the Doobie live shows, right?
Yeah, that's my brother. On the Land of Threes, he played majority of the drums. Right. Anyway, so the next day he hit me up. It was like 4 or 5 p.m. He was like, "Dude, where are you, man? I need you at this session with Salt and Pepper." And I was like, "For real? Really, Salt and Pepper?" So I went there. Asked me to learn whatever shoop or whatever it was, and I went there. And about 30 minutes on the way walk there, I listened to it and I learned it. And by the time I got there, when I walked in, like, it really was Salt and Pepper. And they were like, "All right, dude, so like go in the booth and do the raps. Like, that's what we've been waiting for." So I go in the booth and start doing it, and it was good, man. They gave me the thumbs up and it was fun. It was a party.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's right.
An hour from now, tomorrow. 2 weeks ago, I worked like one of my geeky conventions that I've been doing with my Soda's Crafty Chaos thing, all of my DIY goodies and stuff. And I was in the quote-unquote special guest area, and right across from me was Larry Kenny, who is the voice of Lino from the Thundercats.
Nice.
Count Chocula, Sonny from Cocoa Pebbles. I worked with him for the whole weekend. He was amazing. The next day that I worked with him, it was a Saturday, and then Sunday I brought in one of my Lionel figures. It was amazing for me to be like really little and worshiping all these cartoons and stuff, and then working with Larry Kenny for the weekend, eating lunch with him, hearing these amazing stories, having people go up to his booth and be like, "Oh my God, I love Thundercats," and then, I'd be speaking to somebody and then I'd hear from across the room, Thundercats, and I'm like, man, that's happening. That is happening right across the 10 feet from me. It was such a cool thing.
Vibrations.
It was so cool. Another recent thing besides Salt and Pepper, D.A. Doobie Duke Sims has become a daddy.
Yes, I am a daddy.
That is awesome.
Daddy Duke.
Daddy Duke.
That's a new AKA right there.
Daddy Duke. All right, so we're gonna get another box set with 8 records from Daddy Duke in a couple of years, maybe with like 66 videos and the whole package. But tell us a bit about that. I mean, that's wild. That's amazing.
This is life, you know what I mean? And it's like,
I think DA. I haven't seen you for a little while, but I think even you're like a little bit more centered.
Am I more centered? That's good, man. I want to be centered for the people and, always spread a good message.
That definitely is something that affects people and changes them, and it's beautiful.
For me and my girl, the thing that Corinne, my daughter, did for me in my life is it allowed me to at least be honest about me and my girl. You know what I mean? Being in the music industry and being in a band, with my girls, like.
Well, yes, I know that was at some time not public knowledge.
It's just like an energy, and you can feel the energy. So, but then once Corinne came, it was like, well, we are Corinne's parents. You know what I mean? And so this is something I always knew that we were going to do when the time was right. And, now's the time. And it's a beautiful, beautiful blessing, man. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good. It's awesome. Congrats on that for sure, It's amazing.
Kid Shreddy in the building.
Oh, look, another Shinobi Ninja coming in.
Yeah, bringing the vintage tape deck. Wowzers.
It's awesome.
some Fisher speakers.
Some nice speakers, yeah.
If you can visualize it at home, it's like brown. Got some good black going on. Shreddy, you want to say anything to the people?
Say hey.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
That's
it. And love to everyone. And free weed. Don't forget the free weed.
In Massachusetts, it's legal to gift it. Are you trying to smoke now? Are you chilling? You got your car outside? All right, brother. This is good to see you. I mean, welcome to the interview.
There's more. There's more. He's got a desk.
Do we want a desk? I mean, we have a desk over there. We're in the print shop right now. This is a new location. We haven't talked about it yet. We haven't talked about it yet, but I don't know if we want the big long black desk. That's what she said. I don't know. It's a tough call. I don't think so.
Bon Jovi has 71 music videos.
How does that feel?
We're pretty close to that.
We have 50.
You're going to have to listen to this, and you'll get a kick out of that moments ago, that conversation.
I'm all about it. I can't wait.
It's a good interview. Music Survival Guide podcast. You're a big fan, I know.
I'll take 2 of them.
I hate fan, though. You're an enthusiast. I hate saying fan.
Enthusiast. I'm an enthusiast.
It's beautiful.
I'm
with
enthused.
with a large black desk that
I'm
can
always
be
enthused.
Guides, you need a large black desk. Anyway, let's get this train back on the rails.
All right.
So, it's good to see you. All right. Beautiful.
See you soon, bro.
Careful.
Careful in the streets,
See you
Brooklyn
later.
streets.
All right, cool. A visit from a ninja. Gotta love it. Whoa! They sneak in real quick, the ninjas. And you had a really crazy scare, though, maybe a couple weeks ago, not even a month ago, with your apartment building catching on fire.
Oh, yeah. It was
And
a
with the
fire in my
newborn baby and everything. That must have been wild. And all your stuff, you know, I mean, God. I saw that, and I was, like, mortified for you, you know what I mean? Thank God everything was fine.
For me, everything is fine.
Yeah.
You know, and I just got to say, I really appreciate the positive vibes. You talk about salt and pepper on one side, you don't know what's coming, and the other side,
Exactly.
your apartment could be on fire.
That's what I'm saying
know?
about you don't know what's going to happen an hour from now or 10 days from now or whatever. I mean,
Life.
you don't know if you're going to hang with Salt and Pepper. We don't know if we're going to hang with Lion-O. We don't know what we're going to do.
I don't know.
So,
But you want good
thank
things.
God
good
everything,
things.
you
Yeah,
know,
everything was good, man.
everything was fine. I saw that before I even started to read it. I saw that and I kind of panicked. And I was like, oh my God.
It was a wild scene.
So, for sure. So, at the top of the show, we mentioned this secret location that we're in, which is DA's print shop, which is kind of a new venture for you. He's got the legit machine right next to us, a really awesome, more than humble place that I know is going to be totally pink and blue at some point. Right now it's McDonald's colors, which and it's
We're
like
gonna get
it's
rid of
definitely
that.
like OG McDonald's. Like you could see that this was happening in like 1986 in a basement somewhere, as Ronald was there's palm trees. Is that
There's
what?
palm trees, yeah. That
This
palm
is
trees
like
can stay.
the McDonald's snuff film currently.
You could definitely dim the lights and just get really snuffy in here, for sure.
Snuffy. Oh my God. So Mickey
Yeah.
D's, but
The
anyway.
print shop. We're in a print shop.
We are in a print shop, so tell us about this. This is awesome. Once again, DA mentioned he was tactile, and the guy's got all this hardcore gear that he's never touched, but we're like 100 T-shirts deep into this party already. So
Yeah.
tell us about it. It's awesome.
We're in the Willie B Labs. You can look it up online. We're a T-shirt printing company. And that existed before me. Shout out to Will Nieves from the Nieves Dance Studio here in Williamsburg. Please go there for your salsa and bachatas. So down here in the basement,
I am definitely hungry. We need food.
we need bachatas.
I
Down
don't
here
know.
in the basement is a print shop, and this is where I came into the game. And we're about to make it into a recording studio / print shop. So that's going to be a big move. And we're also starting the Shinobi Ninja clothing line, which is Shinobi Ninja logo, which everybody knows from the streets, the stickers that we talked about. But the print on the top won't have anything to do with Shinobi Ninja. So we're actually going to go into the land of clothing and fashion, outside of the band music. But I've been doing shirts down here. It's been a great place for me to just do something I've never done. And again, talking back to you never know what's coming in today. Man, I walked into a print shop and I was like, I got to stay here now and start making T-shirts.
Yeah, some Music Survival Guide t-shirts, perhaps.
Whatever, man. Whatever you want to do. Totally. Positive vibes.
So
important.
Shinobi Ninja clothing line.
Yeah.
What is next for Shinobi Ninja besides you and the Shinobi Ninja clothing line? What's next for the band?
Well, a new album is definitely what's next. I mean, it's like, it's right there. We've been working on songs for about 2 years now, and I think we have like 42 tracks, you know, of varying degrees of awesomeness, and that's the most we've ever had, is that many, and we're going to keep writing, but at some juncture in the near future, we're going to formulate that into a record to release to the public, because we haven't released a new record since Bless Up last year, so it is time. And they're great songs and great energy, and you know, it's just a evolution that continues.
Awesome. What's the best place that you would like to send people to check out Shinobi Ninja?
You go to YouTube, man. You can just type in Shinobi Ninja. You could Google Shinobi Ninja. Music, you know, Spotify, you know, YouTube for music videos. 50 music videos, man, pop the popcorn, just like G's always says. Pop the popcorn and put on the Shinobi Ninja playlist, and, you know, 3 hours later, you'll have seen all 50 music videos. You know, it's right there.
Awesome. So, yeah, there you go. Seek out these guys and girls. Well, one girl. If you don't know them, if you tune in because you like to hear me talk, that is great. But now you're going to find out about Shinobi Ninja. You're going to find out about DA. You now know that Bon Jovi has 71 music videos. Shinobi Ninja has 50?
50. Maybe 51.
So maybe
more.
somewhere down the line we'll link up again and do a part 2 of this, and there'll be a bunch more videos. But I hope you had fun with us tonight. What song should we go out on, though? That is the question.
Okay,
what do you think?
I'll give you the answer to the question, but first, I would just like to plug this 10-year anniversary show that we got at the Knitting Factory,
Yes.
August 31st. It's a Friday, August 31st, at the Knitting Factory in Williamsburg. It's a Shinobi Ninja 10-year anniversary. The first 100 people that come will receive a golden sticker. Yes, a real golden sticker. There's only 100 of them, so make sure you're there.
Like Willy Wonka.
Just like Willy Wonka. The
There you
song
go.
that we should end on, I feel, should be Rock Hood.
Yeah, beautiful. Let's do that. So, yeah, check out Shinobi Ninja. Go to YouTube, and you'll find a lot of stuff there. Another thing that I'm going to mention on the way out here between the last episode and now is that there's a musicsurvivalguide.org. There's a proper website, which is awesome. I was only doing it on WordPress, so graduated to that, which is a good thing. So musicsurvivalguide.org, you can read and listen and do a whole bunch of cool stuff there about all these awesome artists that I've worked with, that I've interviewed, that I've reviewed, all this great stuff. It is a big, vast world of knowledge if you're a music geek.
The jellyfish was
Go
amazing.
there. Thanks.
That was truly amazing.
Thanks. There's been a lot of fun stuff and a lot of really awesome opportunities just because of Music Survival Guide for me. You know, I get cool gifts from awesome bands. I get to go to shows and hang with people and talk to people that I might not have the opportunity to do if I wasn't out there doing this. So it's a blast for me. I love it. I don't take any of it for granted. So we're going to go out on Rock Hood.
Rock Hood.
From the Ninjas, and they're going to be playing the 31st of August. Big show. You're going to get that golden ticket. Maybe we're going to get some good candy that night, too. I don't know. Willy Wonka.
Maybe.
You should work the Willy Wonka theme maybe a little
Maybe
bit.
some butt candy.
Anyway, did any luck with getting Alec John Such on the phone, guy, before we tune out? No? He's got it?
What's that, Alec? No, Alec. We don't eat ramen noodles anymore.
All right. Rock Hood, Shinobi Ninja, Music Survival Guide. You're going to hear this in a few days from us hanging out here in the DA print shop. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll catch you on the next round. Peace.
Peace.
Shinobi Ninja, Brooklyn, NYC, for the kids, worldwide. Hey, yo, let's go. Rock Hood. Rock Hood. Talking to my man, he just don't get it. I'm the one to know I walk this way.
rock, rock.